This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Florida Gators. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The Florida head coach told me before the game, this is essential for both teams in the conference standings. While they have done well so far, they're both undefeated in league play. This will be the difference maker. Everybody having eyes on Indianapolis. The Big Ten champs will be backs against the wall. Whoever wins this game has the lead in the league and can make a huge statement come December. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Wolverines headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. He'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it. I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
So now it's second and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Jones to throw. Caught on the left side by Wilson. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palmer and Tim Tebow. That guy was pretty good too. But, like, finding that guy that can make the plays, I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great offensive identity. But, Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger man.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Sumrall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he always seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lagway. They had really high hopes. Things didn't work out. He moves on to Baylor. But this is a critical spot. How quickly this new quarterback can get on the same page as his play caller, that's critical for their success. That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Jones wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Gators will send out the punt unit. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their 2nd. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Finds a little space. Finds his way for 3 after the 33. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. And what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the 2 top teams in the conference. These might be 2 of the better teams in the entire country. These 2 teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead, but this is a matchup. Regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference of college football, you've been waiting.
Snags it, and there's running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Finds a little bit of room, give him a couple down to the 23.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. They'll try to run for it. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
The Wolverines need to pick it up on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Might be calling a hot route. They'll move the wide receiver. Jones to throw. Fires to the tight end. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. With the catch, it's Jackson. And they swarm him under.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the third down very manageable.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Making side adjustments here. Jones wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
And the Gators have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Pressure coming. Complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
And man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The Gators will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He goes right back to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's ball. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Here's again the ball. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. They'll try to run with ball. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line out front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, what a move to get open. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
And that's why this guy is so dangerous. He's an explosive play just waiting to happen, and it doesn't have to come just handing the football off. That was a simple check down throw, but he got it to him in space, and all of a sudden he does the rest, right? He's able to see the field. He's making people miss. He's got tremendous contact balance and speed. They get an explosive play in the passing game on a simple check down throw to the running back.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Right back to the well. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Here's Underwood. under fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Can't get him to the ground. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck, no holes anywhere.
Throwing, Underwood, snagged out of the air. Could not make his way to the corner.
Great play by the cornerback. And this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Turning it on! Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going to let it go. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We get right to it with Indiana in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Hoosiers in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this second half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball here.
They'll open the second half with a run. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to the ground with the running back. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. A designed run for the quarterback. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical in the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Running behind that left side. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's ball. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Ball again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The offense changing the play. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all away. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a 1st and goal situation.
Touchdown, Gators! And that one will give them the lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quick handoff. Fights off a defender. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Trying to impose their will with the run. Jumped on top of the pile.
That's a really good job by this defense because 2nd and short, a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, 3rd and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical team?
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Maybe a double pass. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. Dances away to buy time. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to the counter. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Motion from the wideout. Set up for the first down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Sends it back in motion. Jones to throw. Rushes on him. Hauls it in. Showing off those sweet feet as he gets it to the 45.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offense is trying to get physical. They're pulling the backside guard on that play. He completely whiffs, though, and misses his block, and as a result, it's a negative play.
It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He wants to take the top off. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
You talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, 1st down.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. What a huge play, what a huge mistake that was with that last interception, and now this offense has a chance late. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that will try to submarine these running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Underwood just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Underwood. Floats it out in space. Breaks into the open. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. You can't give up a sack.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Escapes the pressure to his right. Boy, is that one he wishes he could have back. A total misfire.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Underwood. Unloads it left. Got his man. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they really haven't put the ball in his hands and said, go win the game. Like, it's kind of been balanced, but this offense, down the stretch, this is a great indication for this offense because he's making a play through the air in a big moment. Gonna need more of it.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Great job by the defense, staying aware on that play here late in the game with the lead, and the offense needs to throw the football. They're trying to make it look like pass before handing it off on the draw, but the defense wasn't fooled, and they make a nice tackle.
And this offense has got to get somewhere. Man, that's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy, so we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Here's the pressure. Back open in the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
A lot of times late in games, you see this by defenses. They're going to drop back, and they're going to take away all the deep stuff, trying to take away all the passing lanes. Nice job getting to your running back, letting him get positive yards, and then let's get up to the ball quickly.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Here's Underwood to throw. Swings it out to the flat. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Again, it's Underwood. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
How about that play? Late in the ball game, you need a play. You throw it up to your guy, and he makes the play. That is execution at its best in the clutch moments. Nice throw, nice catch.
And he tacks on the extra point. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. He's got it on the outside. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Florida. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. The Gators answer right back.
Man, what a great job by the... offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. A counter drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab on the left side. They'll bring him down as he bulks up those numbers, but not the most important one as they'll come up short in this game. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.